Today we're gonna clean our air filter, the K&N Lifetime Air Filter. And if you've come to the video after looking at the title, yes, we will be doing the K&N Air Filter cleanup today. This is a DIY video. So the air filter that I have in my car is a K&N, which is a performance and a lifetime air filter. You don't need to replace this air filter every time you get your car serviced, but you can have it installed and use it for years and years, and that's what I've done. So I've had this air filter installed for the last 3 years. I've not cleaned it up because honestly I have been checking it out periodically, and I noticed that it probably didn't require cleaning, so which is why I didn't do it. But after having it used for 3 years now, I think it's time for me to go ahead and clean it. So as recommended by K&N, you should not be cleaning this air filter with regular water only. There's a special kit which is available in the market, which is produced by K&N. They have the right solutions, they have the right oils, which is recommended to be used to clean this air filter. I am using this kit, air filter cleaning kit. This comes with a red oil which would be used at a later part once the filter is cleaned up, and it comes with a cleaning solution, so we'll be using these. It is recommended that you use this solution because obviously the results and the performance of your air filter depends completely on how you clean it up, how you care for it. So cleaning the air filter has 4 steps which are clearly demarcated here, in the box, and also you get an instruction manual right inside the box which details as to what steps need to be followed, what do you need to do. So if you follow these steps, you would obviously be able to clean this up on your own, and having the solution at hand obviously is very helpful. So let's begin with the first step. So if you notice that this entire thing is now turned into black, whereas this filter is supposed to be almost pinkish when it's clean. So we'll clean this up. So this comes with an air filter cleaner, and it comes with an oil filter cleaner also. You have to use both these solutions to clean your air filter. It's not that you can just use one and not use the other one. And you also get an instruction manual right in the box, which has a step-by-step guide of how do you clean your air filter. It's basically a 4-step process. So take your air filter cleaner. This is the first foam. Just spray to see if it's working. Yes. As per the process, what you're supposed to do is you're just supposed to spray this onto the air filter on both the sides. I may have sprayed a little bit extra, but you may not need to spray this much, but that's okay. So after you've sprayed the cleaner, you just need to let your air filter set for about 10 or maybe 15 minutes so that this cleaner kind of sets. So we'll let it set for, let's say, 10 minutes. Now that we've let the cleaner sit onto the filter for about 10 minutes, it's time for us to rinse. As per the instructions, we need to rinse it with normal water, slightly rinse, and it doesn't have to be pressure washed. So let's begin that process. Okay, now as you may notice that I'm now wearing gloves. It's always recommended that you wear gloves because the dirt from the air filter may damage your hands. I wasn't wearing gloves before, but then yes, I washed my hands immediately with soap, but it's always recommended that we wear gloves. So now we'll just rinse it with normal water as directed. And if you see the pressure of water is not that great, it's been instructed that we should not be pressure washing the air filter. Just rinse it with normal pressure. This is not warm water, this is not hot water, this is normal room temperature of water. As you can see that this entire filter has turned black. As I mentioned, it was slightly purplish or maybe pinkish when it's good and new. What I'll also use, very gently, I'll use a used up brush to just scrub through the filter. I won't pressure scrub it. I won't apply any pressure. I'll just scrub it like that, so that if there's any dirt, it may just come off. Okay, that's enough of scrubbing. I'll just let it rinse a little bit more. Okay. Now that we've completed the first step, which is applying the cleaner, and the second step is also complete, which is rinsing. The third step is slightly longer. We'll just let it dry normally, naturally. We don't need to use any dryers, hair dryers or anything. It's not recommended. You just let it dry up naturally. So we'll just let it set for about a couple of hours, and then we'll come back. All right, now, so while we're letting the air filter dry out and be ready for the next step, I would like to show you this very useful product, which I think every one of us should have in our cars. And this can prove to be very, very useful during any crisis situation. Let's say you have your tire kind of runs out of air, or you're running low on air. You probably don't have any gas station or maybe petrol pump nearby, and you really need to inflate your tires. This little gadget will definitely be of great use to you. So let's look at it. So this is basically a tire inflator. Comes with a manual. Obviously it will be helpful. Comes with a lot of other reading material. You shouldn't be throwing anything away, but yes, looking at the device, it comes with a significantly long cord. This needs to go inside your car cigarette lighter or the charger. Then you get extra inflating tools. You can use it to inflate your basketballs, footballs, maybe cycles, some other nozzles. These are all extras, and it comes with an extra fuse. It already has a fuse installed, but this one is an extra. Now here is your inflating cord. This is the on-off button. This is the flashlight on-off, and from here you can actually inflate or deflate, or you can set your timer. It also comes with a torch. So let's see how it works. The charger is placed nicely, and we can see that this has now started working. All you need to do is put it here, and you have to screw this air. Now you have to screw this up tightly, because obviously it's gonna lock, and then you can inflate. It's saying that I've got 33 psi. Let me just inflate it a little bit. 34.5. so when it finish up the actual set PSI, it's gonna shut off automatically. Don't be alarmed by the sound, because obviously it was making a very hideous sound, but yes, that's okay. That's the way it works. So this is working. This is really helpful. Let's see how long the cords are. So I've placed the cord in my cigarette charger. I can very easily bring this device to the back tire, and if I take it from the other side, I can obviously bring it to the tires of the other side also. So you need to switch it off, take off the charger, switch off the car, just to be sure that everything is working fine. So there you have it, folks. It is up to 150 psi, Amazon Basics. A very basic tool, but a very useful tool, I would say, for every automobile user, especially a car user. And then once you're done, you simply pack the thing up. It's very easy to pack. Now this fuse actually goes in here, so if this fuse blows up, you have a spare one, but Amazon already ships this device with one fuse installed already. Once you're done, you just pack up the whole thing. This goes first, and then you wrap the cord nice and tight, and you tuck this entire thing inside. There's enough space for the entire cord to be tucked in, and there you have it, and we're done. This is an Amazon product, and I think everyone should have this in their cars. I have personally been in situations where I've parked my car, probably in the office. I have many times found out that either my tire is running low on air, either because it has a puncture, or it's completely flat. I leave office pretty late in the night, and at that time, obviously there's no puncture shop which is open. There's no air shop which is open where I can get my tires inflated. So this device has really proved to be good for me. Alright, so getting back to our air filter cleanup process. So this is the last step of the air filter cleanup. So we'll gently apply this oil on each filter coil. On both sides. Okay, now that we've oiled up both the sides of the filter, we'll just let it sip the oil for about 20-25 minutes, maximum half an hour. So this does seem to be good. And yes, if you can actually see, yes, this is good. So let's install this air filter into the car. Just pop the air filter into the car. Ensure that you line up this air intake. Clip the cover. Now that we've got our air filter installed, I am running this car with the new, or maybe a cleaned up air filter. I would call it a new air filter, because obviously the car is now feeling really smooth and amazing. And I've got to tell you, this really makes a difference, because obviously I've been running my car for quite some time with a dirty air filter, and just after cleaning it up, I can simply feel the difference. I mean, it is definitely noticeable. If you know your car, and if you would have experienced your car, driving your car before and after installing the clean air filter, you would definitely feel the difference, and I am feeling the difference. This is this would last for at least 5 or 6 more cleanups. Obviously it's not just a one-time use system. This is this costs about 2,500 rupees, Indian rupees, and it's not a one-time use system. You could use it multiple times. I would say that you can use it probably at least for 5 or 6 times, maybe more. This is the first time that I'm using it, but the experience honestly is outstanding. I would just give it a thumbs up, and I would definitely recommend if you are using a performance air filter in your car. Obviously I won't say that this is a high performance air filter, but yes, this is a performance air filter. This is an OEM shaped air filter, which means original equipment manufacturer's dimensions. I have not tampered with the air filter design or anything. This is an original one. This is just a slip-on air filter. You could just take off the original one and put this on, install this on your own. So that's what I'm using. And obviously cleaning up the air filter is recommended. Every time you walk into your car service center, the normal procedure is every time you get your car serviced, they simply replace the air filter, because obviously those are not reusable. This one is a reusable air filter. Every time I send my car for every time I take my car for service, I always ensure and I always insist on the fact that they don't take off the air filter, or they don't replace it. Every time I am taking the delivery back from the service, I always get this checked, and I've actually found a couple of times that even after repeatedly telling them, they have replaced the air filter. Thankfully they didn't throw it away. This was always kept in the trunk, so I could easily change it back to the K&N one. But yes, you have to be very careful, because obviously the normal procedure that the service center guys follow is they simply take off your old air filter, throw it away, and replace it with a new one. So that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you've liked it, and hope you found it really useful. If you have, please share it with your friends, and please do send me your comments if you found that I am doing something wrong, or if you have any opinions. Hey, I'm not an expert. I'm still learning, and I just like to share what I've just experienced. So if I've done something wrong, please do let me know in the comment section. And until then, and until the next video, I'll catch you. Thank you for watching. Cheers.